Sustainability is really a part of stewardship. We are all inhabitants of this earth, and we are given this earth and our lives by God, and so it is up to us to be good stewards of all the gifts we're given. Our food recovery program is a great example of sustainability at Catholic Social Services. We have a group of volunteers that drive our truck and pick up food from the grocery stores. This food is food that would end up in a landfill. The food is good and not out of date, nothing wrong with it, they just don't have room for it in their store. So they'd be throwing away pallets and pallets, tons and tons of food into the landfill, but instead we're giving that food into the hands of our clients.
We were very excited to participate in doing food recovery because we could take still good quality food and then pass it on to those in need. And we do that through our office here in Hastings and then through 14 different partners that we have across southern Nebraska.
We help support families in emergency situations, like if they're getting evicted, if they are getting disconnected, help them keep their utilities on. It's more than just providing financial assistance. It's bringing hope to families. When a family comes to me in need, we kind of sit down and assess what can they do in order to get out of the crisis, whether that is applying for resources, moving up into a different position. What could they do so they can stay out of crisis and just keep a life that's more sustainable?
In regards to our sustainability operations, we have a metal recycling program, we have a clothing recycling program.
Nothing goes to waste because if it's clothing and it isn't good enough quality to sell in the thrift store, we recycle it. And it's not just clothing, it's also shoes, purses, and belts. If we get a pot or pan that's kind of scratched up, we don't throw it away. We make every effort we possibly can to recycle everything that comes to us.
Here at CSS, we're given a lot of gifts, big gifts such as large donations or, a whole house filled with furniture or hours and hours, days and days of people's time volunteering here. But we're also given little things, and we take those little gifts, and those 2 pennies from the biblical story of the woman who gave 2 golden coins at the temple. We're given those items, and we are still obligated to use those wisely and justly. And we just find a way to make sure that we're being good stewards of all the gifts we're given at CSS, big or small.
After working here for just a short while, I realized that it wasn't what I was giving to CSS, it was what I was getting from CSS. Because just being able to help in my small way the people that I feel I am helping is truly, truly wonderful to me.
A father at Mass this morning talked about how do you know when God hears you, and he said, well, one of the ways is that you experience joy in your life. And so that just immediately, made me think of the work that volunteers do, because they're here on a regular basis and love what they're doing, absolutely love what they're doing. You can tell by the joy on their face.
Knowing the need for the folks to come in and have a sandwich, have a sack lunch, that need is there, and I'm able, so why not,
It does my heart good. Because there was one time I was very needy too, but God is with us.
I will walk through the building and I will see volunteers passing out sack lunches and food up front. The food recovery volunteers, the thrift store volunteers. That's one of those joy moments for me.
Nothing we do at CSS would be possible without the time, talent, and treasure that is given by our staff, our many volunteers and donors And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to make an impact on our clients like we have been able to for the past 30 years. So thank you.